All right, let's take a look at this survey problem where 100 students were surveyed about their pets. 17 students had mammals, reptiles, and fish. 28 students had reptiles and fish. 24 students had mammals and fish. 42 students had mammals but no reptiles. 86 students had mammals or fish. 14 students had only fish. 14 students had none of these. How many students had reptiles and how many students had fish? We'll solve this survey problem using set theory. Let's first list out our set theory notation. So here we're told that the amount of students surveyed, so that will be our universal group, U. There were 100 students in total. Now we'll also call mammals set M, reptiles set R, and fish set F, so that when we make a Venn diagram, we have 3 sets that we want to look at. Now let's take a look at what this clue reads. This clue tells us that 17 students had mammals and reptiles and fish. Then we get that 28 students had reptiles and fish. "24 students had mammals and fish." So the number of students in the M intersect F set is 24. Remember that the and is intersection. The ors are unions when we get there. 42 students had mammals but no reptiles, so that's a difference. So the number of students who are in the M group but not the R group is 42. 86 students had mammals or fish, so the number of students who had mammals or fish is 86. 14 students had only fish. 14 students had only fish. So that means they had fish without having mammals or reptiles. That would be 14 students. And 14 students had none of these. So none of these. That means if you had mammals or reptiles or fish, then we count up who's not in that group. So the complement is 14. So now we have our list of clues written symbolically, and we can use a Venn diagram to help us solve this problem. If we drew a Venn diagram, we would have the universal set as our square. And then we have 3 sets, M, R, and F, that we'll represent with 3 circles that all clearly overlap each other and also labeled M, R, and F. Now let's use our clues to fill in the Venn diagram. The number in the universal set is 100. We can't exactly use that right now because all regions sum to 100, so we'll come back to that one. The number of students in the group where M intersects R intersects F is this section here where the M overlaps the R, overlaps the F. So just this centermost section has 17. 17 students are in the overlap of M, R, and F. So we'll cross out that clue. Now, the number of students in the intersection of R and F, so where R overlaps F, these two regions sums to 28. 17 are already here. So if we add another 11 students to this region, then where R overlaps F sums to 28 students. The number of students in the group M and F, so where M overlaps F, sums to 24. These two regions sum to 24, 17 of which are here. So another 7 elements in this region will make it so that where M and F overlap, we have a total of 24. If we look at M without R and look how many we already have, so here's M, and if we remove R, then we're looking at these two sections, the sum of which is 42. We have 7 already, so if we have 35 more elements here, then M without R sums to 42. M union F, we're looking at M or F, so M or F or both, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regions and 2 empty regions. So we can't exactly find the 86 yet. We can, however, find F without M or R. So F without M or R is just this empty region here in F, and that has 14 students. Now the 2, 4, 6 regions that we were talking about in M union F sum to 86. Only one space is empty now. So if we sum 35 plus 7 plus 17, 11, and 14 and find the sum, then subtract that from 86, we'll know how many elements or students are in just this group here. So we have 14, 15, 24, carry the 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 84. So we have 84 students here, and in total, in M or F, we have 86. So the other 2 students are in this region here. We also have the clue that outside of all groups, so M or R or F, complement is 14. So if you had a pet that wasn't in that group, or if you didn't have a pet, then you would be in this outside group that didn't have a mammal, didn't have a reptile, and didn't have a fish. Now we have an empty space here, but we still have another clue, right? So if you recall, we had 84, then 86. So M union F was 86. And the outside of M union F union R is 14, which in and of itself sums to 100. That means there are 0 elements in this empty space here. And even though we have the Venn diagram filled out, we have to remember there was questions. So let's go back and look at our questions. The questions read, how many students had reptiles and how many students had fish? So to find the number of reptiles, the number of students who had reptiles, then we're going to sum all the regions of R, 2 plus 0 plus 11 plus 17. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30. 30 students had reptiles. The number of students who had fish is the sum of the four areas in the Venn diagram that represent the F group. So 14 plus 11 plus 17 plus 7. And we get 7 plus 7 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Carry the 1, 2, 3, 4. So 49 students had fish. So that's how we can use set theory and set notation in Venn diagrams to solve survey problems.